Hey, today we want to show you a really important client of ours. Her name's Judie. She's a creative fashionista. You can tell she has such style, and we were really lucky to work with Judie and help her with the struggle that she was having of not knowing where to get started. Let's tell you a little bit about where Judie was before we started working with her.
So before, the space felt tight. She lives in a one-bedroom apartment and she had a lot of things. She could organize to a point, but then never finish. So she found it very difficult to clean, especially dog hair. She has a beautiful dog called Merlin.
She was always lifting, having to move things around. It was a struggle. It just wasn't simple to get things tidy. Her storage was always full. And in a one-bedroom apartment, if you guys live in smaller spaces, you understand that storage is kind of prime real estate. And if it's always feeling full, it's pretty hard to be flexible in your lifestyle. The laundry never ended as well. For someone who's just one person living in the home with her puppy, Merlin, she always had laundry, and it wasn't just one load. She had several loads, and this was something that was really challenging for her. And she had difficulty sleeping. She used a CPAP machine, and she struggled with getting that set up properly. And she was embarrassed, felt ashamed to have other people come over. So that was kind of where we met Judie, where she was in her current space. And this image here is now's the time to get your home organized. This was something that she had cut out. She had up on her refrigerator. It's really, really often that we go and we help or we hear from clients and they have a bunch of organizing books, organizing quotes, things to help them get organized, but they can't actually get there themselves.
So her struggles were motivation. She was having a hard time keeping herself motivated, knowing where to start. She was like paralyzed. She didn't know how to get started or where. Breaking through the overwhelm. That's very, very common for our clients. Just don't know how to break that pattern of overwhelm. Letting go of the old Judie. This is something that we need to do, and that's why the awareness is so important. You have to let go of the old you to be able to bring the new you in. And giving herself permission to enjoy her home the way she wanted to.
Yeah. So when we met Judie, we were really excited. We're really grateful for her letting us share these images and her story with you. She wanted everyone to know that, you know, there is help. There is a way to break through this. This doesn't have to be a lifelong struggle if you're willing to try and make a change in yourself. So what we did with her is we helped her become aware of her ideal space. We talked about what she loved about the space, what she hated about the space. You can see these little notes here. This is my ugly handwriting, but we went through each room and we said, what do we love here? What would we like to see in these places? What needs to change? And what are some of the things that we might need to do to make that happen?
So what we did, we took action on the things that made her happy. So we tried to promote those things, right? And then we also took action on changing what frustrated her daily.
Yeah.
So that's really important.
Yeah, and that sleeping thing that we talked about, we're looking at a picture of her bedroom. We totally changed around her bedroom space so that she could feel tranquil, relaxed. Everything that you see in this image, she wanted this to be in her space. This is what made her feel well. Her CPAP machine is conveniently located and plugged in right near her bed on the left-hand side. So all of that makes sleeping and going to bed easy. And it was as simple as being able to, okay, I'm going to close the bedroom door. Nothing else needs to get done, and I can have a good night's sleep.
Yeah, she said that became her night sanctuary. That was a nice word.
We also took action on setting her up for success in other areas of her life because she struggled as being somebody who was living alone. She wanted to eat well, but she was often, I don't know if you are living alone. I used to myself, and I would just skip meals. I would kind of get really lazy about making myself eat well, this kind of thing, make impulse purchases. And so what we did is we tried to set up her kitchen, have more flow. Things were very clearly labeled so she could learn her new system because, you know, sometimes you change and then it is hard to learn that system. So we set her up for success by using things like labels and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, something else that we did, we took action on creating space where it did not exist before. So we needed to optimize. She lives in a one-bedroom apartment, so understanding her needs really well and how she wants to use the space, the activities that she wants to do, that's really important to be able to create the space that you need and to optimize it by using vertical space, adding shelves, whatever is required to make the most of that space.
You can see in the image too, when we open the door to her, this is her one storage space, but it also needed to be her closet. It needed to be the area where she kept her shopping bags, the stuff from Merlin, and you couldn't even walk into it. And now there was a full space, and also the things that she stored, they were clearly labeled, everything was elevated, and she had lots of space to go in and out. And Judie now, what is she like now? You can see from the picture, like this is after the process. Her and Merlin are just a lot happier. Every day is a sigh of relief when she opens the door. A huge weight is lifted off her shoulders. And she's the first person to tell you that life is not easy, but it's a lot nicer to navigate when you love the space that you live in. And we can't be more grateful to Judie for letting us share that part, because she's really honest and really forthcoming about her mental health and how clutter was affecting her life. And now that's not the concern. Now her concern is moving on to other things, what she wants to do in her volunteer time, what she's doing in her retirement, how she can help Merlin learn a little bit better doggy behaviors. The things that she's working on now are more important than what the space is, because she's conquered the space.
Yeah, so if you guys have any questions, please send them our way. We can't wait to hear from you, and we are here for you, okay?
Yeah. Talk soon.
Bye.